Hi, everyone, and welcome to Creative Block. I hope you're having a wonderful holiday season and we're getting ready for a happy new year here. I am not quite sure what's going on today for the show. Um, Ashley is working in the other room, so I'm not sure if she's going to join us after all. But Rich, we were hoping Rich was going to join us today, and he had some things with some friends. And it's like, yeah, no, if you're meeting with friends, don't cut that short to come on the show. Like, no, do that. That's the right thing. So let me put some music on. I did bring up iTunes and wanted to do that, just so we're not there isn't awkward silences when I'm not filling the air. I need to find stream beats. There it is. Let's do the best. Let's shuffle that. Oh, it is on shuffle. I can't hear that. It's not on my. Oh, it's in my headphones. And I'm not gonna wear headphones, so let's do it this way. Okay, so the whole thing about the headphones, you didn't even hear that because holy crap was that loud. There you go. Okay, so I could probably even use to turn it down a little bit for myself. I'm going to turn off my mic real quick because my mic is too low. Okay, I've made it so that my microphone is just off camera. It's right here, and I like it that way so that you don't have to see a microphone the whole time. Chris took you to El Patio. That's amazing. I had Mexican for lunch as well. I got to meet up with Shayna, and we went to a place called Farmer and the Cook in Miners Oaks. And so yeah, it's a vegetarian or maybe vegan place. I think it might actually be vegan. So I had a vegan lunch. I had a cauliflower burrito and some jalapeno poppers. So loving that we're getting to do my favorite food group, food type category, whatever. Mexican. We both got to do that. I still really, really, really want y'all to take us to El Patio because I wanna try that. But yeah. So I ate a little bit more than I wanted to, but it wasn't too bad. So we're good. I'm glad that you are here, Raina, so that you can let me know if there are any audio issues. I think music volume looks pretty good. Let me know if it's too low, if you can't hear it at all. I'm going to turn it a little bit down on my end because I don't need it super loud. And yeah, we were talking about having Ashley on the show, but she is working in the other room, so I'm not sure if she's going to join. What I really, really want to do is I want to draw on paper today. I have a new sketchbook. This is actually a hardbound book that's for sketching. And it's a set of 3, one of which I've lost entirely. I don't see it at all. So this one's live. There's learn. Up, and the other one is dream. So the dream one has some like sketches and ideas in it. So already, I forget what's in there, but dream is sort of like future planning or sort of like, I do a lot of like work on my house and things like that. So maybe that'll be kind of those sorts of future plan dream sort of things. This one I thought live would be fun to do a sketch a day. Just get myself into the habit of drawing something every day. I could put my phone up here. Oh, where is the phone? There it is. It's not my phone. It's the old phone. It's dead, right? Because it's always dead. So, is there enough cord for this? Doesn't appear to be enough cable for this one. But it's dead anyway, so let's let it charge up a little bit, and we'll see what happens. Does it... Okay, now I'm getting the battery thing, which means it is charging. And once that gets to a point... Ooh, interesting. I see what you did there, Emily. I see what you did. I don't think I have a power block for that, so it's plugged directly into the power strip because the power strip has a USB-A plug in it. Other option, let's call that option C, is to use my phone, which we could do. Because the cord should reach that one. If y'all will bear with me for just 1 second, 15 seconds, I'm gonna go check over here and see if I have a power block. If I have a power block, then I'll reconfigure things. We'll get the phone in a place where it can charge, and then once it's charged, we will use that. Hi, Brooke, how are you doing? I hope you're having an amazing holiday season and are excited about a new year. I don't know about y'all. 2025 was a very difficult, jam-packed, interesting, crazy, wonderful, hard year to survive. So I'm very, very excited to be ready for 2027 already. Oh no. Oh no. I'm ready to say goodbye to 2025 fondly, but it's sort of like one of those with relatives coming over, like, I love you, but get the fuck out of my house. So that's what I'm looking forward to tonight. I think 2026 is going to start out with a bang. I have facial feminization surgery scheduled for the second week of January. I've got like 15 days about before they cut my face, and I'm not super excited about it. I am excited about it, but not super excited. So yeah, that's how it's gonna start. So I'm gonna have probably 2 weeks of work before I go down for about another month. And if y'all are fans of the transgender show and stuff, you've kind of been going like, where's the content? I haven't had guests lined up for a while. I haven't sat down and put together guests and contacted folks. I faced a lot of challenges this year, and had a lot of things come up that were sort of random. Like the end of November, my new girlfriend and I drove to Kansas. Did 4 12-hour driving days in the span of 7 days. Don't recommend. I had breast augmentation surgery the start of December. Moved to Australia to get married, and that didn't end up working out. So I'm back here. Like, it's been a hell of a year. So I just wasn't able to really do what I wanted with the transverse, with the content and all of that. So the hope is that 2026 is the let's get going, let's ramp up everything and kick a lot of ass. And yet we're starting the year with half of January, half of February, I'm going to just be out of commission entirely. So that's what is going to be happening that's how the year is going to start for us. My lovely and faithful assistant, Raina, it is so life. Brooke, you are so right. Raina's going to be helping me, I'm sure, kind of get things settled and moving. One of the big things is registering the Transverse as a nonprofit this year. That will be massive for us and a huge step that we've needed to take for the entire existence of the Transverse. That's not true, not the entire. We registered as a for-profit to start, and then realized that wasn't what we wanted. So, anyways, lots of stuff that we want to do and we will be doing in 2026, but that we will have a speed bump at the start. but Raina says in the YouTube chat that she's got me, so we're gonna be good. Let me go look for that power block. You don't have any juice in you, do you? You should be pretty dead too. Let's see. I think that means that you're dead. So let's see if we can charge you, because if I can at least get a power block, maybe that would work. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay. We already have option B for power. Right back. Okay, almost there. I think I overpulled it. I pulled it more than I wanted to. And now it's somehow stuck on something? I think I know what it's stuck in. Ooh, the phone is on. Look at that. How much juice has it got? 5%. I wonder if I should do it like an actual intro. I should take off this sloppy hoodie too, but you know, whatever. Hi everyone, and welcome to Creative Block, our creative show here on the Transverse. We will be doing some drawing and creative things, artwork throughout the year. And we were going to have multiple guests. We'll have different guest hosts come on. Still trying to set up some of that stuff, but stay tuned for this show for all of your trans creative needs and your entertainment. I am trying to get this show set up for a live on paper drawing, and was trying to figure out how to power my phone up so that I could do that. I think we've got it set now. It is on. It doesn't have very much juice to it, but hopefully it will charge enough while we are drawing to stay alive. That would be preferable, right? Okay, awesome. So Brooke just said in the Twitch chat that she's got to go soon, about 15 minutes, but she will check in later on to see where we're at with things. Interesting. So the last tab I had open was ChatGPT. I need the video call link. Let's see. Okay, that's the website, but I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna have to figure out the link. Let me see. Thank y'all for bearing with me just a moment here while I figure this all out. see. There it is. Okay, so it's that one. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do. I don't remember how to do this. Okay. There it is. So let me input this URL manually and we'll get there. How has your holiday season been going? Y'all let me know in chat like what you've been up to. How have things gone with family and all that wonderful nonsense? I reached out to mine to call to via text to say, hey, when can I call? And was told to call back in the afternoon. I called back later in the day, probably about 5:30, maybe 6 o'clock their time, and didn't get it. They didn't answer, and I never got anything else from them, a text or anything. So I'm just assuming that that they didn't need to talk to me. That was my brother and his kids, and I'm disappointed that I didn't get to talk to them. But I'm not a good aunt right now. I did not send any presents or any cards or anything, so I understand if they're, I don't know, if they're whatever. They can be whatever. That's fine. And, you know, I'm sort of whatever with the whole holiday family stuff anyway, so it is sort of what it is. Okay, well that worked. I got that connected. So we just got to do it this way. So, wait. No, we want it this way. I'm trying to set this up before I switch it over because I don't want, like, the whole screen to move for you, because it'll be kind of wild and crazy. That's something y'all don't need to see. This is something I need to file. That's something y'all don't need to see, but I don't think you will. Let's move that there. This goes there. I don't know. Let's see what it looks like, and then we'll try and adjust from there. Okay, that's cool, but we don't want to show a screen, so we could hide that. Where is it? Drawing capture, display capture. Drawing camera. And that would be what this is. If I copied this link and pasted it here, that would be that. Ah, there it is. Okay, so this is my desktop. This is my new big mouse pad. So one of the things that we've gotten into doing, we have become very addicted to thrifty shopping. So we hit the thrift shops very often. But the other thing that we do is we go to an Amazon liquidation store. They get shipments in every Thursday. So Friday is the first day they open, and it's $12 for any item that's in the bins. Any item. And then that's Friday, and then Saturday it's like $10, and so on and so forth, down until you get to Wednesday, which is $2. Hold on, Ashley's responding to me. I'm gonna draw on paper today. So anyways, Wednesday is $2 day, and I got myself a mouse, one of the full-on, like, it's 2.5 feet wide mouse pad. So I haven't started drawing, but I am on camera. Okay, and then this is this cool rainbow iridescent clear thing that is a nice little drawer organizer that I'm going to use, because I found that on my desk I've got like letter organizers and things like that, vertical organizers, but I needed something with drawers, so I got that. Let's move that out of the way. so that's a peer group meeting thing. We can put all those together. My desk is a mess, y'all. It's a mess. We're gonna be drawing in this today, but look at all this noise over here. I wonder if we can't really move the camera much, but I can kind of pick this up and just pitch it off to the side and clean by chucking. So there you have it. That's on the ground now. All right. Some very personal things here that don't need to be shown on camera. I don't know what that receipt's for, but I should keep it close. Okay, so this is one of a set of sketchbooks that we got at the Amazon liquidation place. And yeah, it's a very cool hardbound, nice soft paper, nice tooth of paper. I don't know how thick the paper is. My idea here is to do a drawing per day. This show is from 3 to 5 Pacific. It's 3:25. So we've done enough intro. Let's get to drawing. I need some help from the audience. Hi, Rich. I'm gonna do great tonight. Thank you. Raina says, I can attest to the fact that her desk is a mess. The mark of a creative mind. It's a very creative mind. Very, very messy. Very messy. Let's go ahead and move this. I can't really, there's too much crap on the desk. There's no way for me to move it to the left. So I'm going to move it to the right so that we at least cover our camera area here. Can we get a little bit better framing? The camera mount says no. Computer says no. Okay. Let's see if we can get rid of this cable. My little cable organizer thing has it grasped a little bit too tight. Rich, I hope hanging out with your friend is going well. I didn't remember if it was a friend or friends, but sorry if I've got the plural wrong on that. But yes, this is going to be one of my things to do for 2026 is to just draw a little bit every day. I hate this first page because it's tied to the inside cover page. So we're just going to skip over that one because that sucks and is stupid. Let's bring out some of the pens I want you to see. But I don't know what I want to draw today. I would like this to be up a little bit more so that I can have it closer to the edge of the desk, which is where it'll be convenient for me. I'll probably even do this. And I think that's okay. Can we twist it so it's a little bit more? You can see what I see. It's one of those bendy phone holders, and it sort of sucks, but it does the job. Okay. Suggestions in chat for what we should be drawing today. Let's grab a transverse Phoenix sticker that's just sitting here on the desk to hold the page for some reason while we figure out what to draw. A purse left on a park bench. That's your suggestion for what we should draw today. An interesting still life. I like that. Let's get our friend ChatGPT to help us create that. Chris says draw a landscape, a river with a willow. Okay, we've done a willow before for Chris. I know that. Where did I do that? Didn't I draw a willow before? I can't remember if we ever actually got to that. Okay, we might not have drawn a willow because I can't think of where I would have that. So let's do a still life. Where are those clips? Hold on. I have really cool gigantic paper clips, which I have recently just rediscovered. but I don't know where I put them. So that's sort of not helpful, right? It's kind of less helpful than it could be. I need something to hold this up where it is so that I don't have to F with it the whole time. I'm just scouring my desk full of messy crap for something that would help in that situation. I've got twist ties, which wouldn't really help unless I punctured the page. I do have tape. Let's just tape it. Sorry for all the swears today, y'all. That's one of my resolutions for 2026 as well, is to stop swearing so much. It's not ladylike. It's not becoming. And I should stop that very, very bad habit that I picked up from my family. I picked it up from my family, and then I took it to a mastery level. And I need to not do that. No more swearing. Okay. I'm gonna move the microphone. Perfect. Okay. So that's in a good spot. Okay, so we're going to draw a purse on a park bench in front of a river with a willow. We just turned off our display capture, which is this. No. Cool. Let me change which display this is capturing. And then I'm going to crop it. So we don't have to see any of that stuff. Perfect. Look at that. I'm so good at the game. Oh, speaking of good at the game, Madison wanted to play a game of Fortnite yesterday, and I'm like, oh, it's been a very long time since I played Fortnite. I'm not sure I will even remember how to play. Not only did I remember how to play, but we won our game. One game. Played one game, won one game. And we played two others and got eliminated pretty quickly, of course. But, you know, hey, whatever. Pull those old chats out of there because you don't need to see those. Okay, let's see. We need to find out. Okay, we need to see a. Can you create an image of a purse on a park bench beneath a willow tree with mountains in the creating image? See how long that takes. So I let my daughter borrow the car today. Oh, I should have asked for it horizontal. God, that's really cute. That's so much better than I thought it was going to be. Tell it to do better. I mean, it did a phenomenal job. I do love the mountains. I love all of this. I just, yeah, a little bit more horizontal. Serene afternoon by the lake. I love it. Let's see, what should we start with? We can do some brown, a little bit of yellow for the bench. What kind of funky colors we want to do? What do I want to do for the purse? The purse is going to be pink, obviously. I mean, cause duh. You're talking to Emily here. Of course it's going to be pink. Yeah, I gotta figure out what kind of purse I want to design. I love satchel bags. This one's kind of close, but we'll modify it a good bit. Let's see what it's done for us. It recreated it, but made it horizontal. I expected it to do something very, very different, because it seems to always do something very different. Is this like a fly on the bag? What's going on here? Can you even see that, y'all? I think it's just a display capture, so anything I put over here, it'll show. So that's good. If I can just turn that off. That's cool. And then yeah, I'll make that there. That's perfect. Okay, so now we have our understood threshold, our size of this window. Cool. And then I will use this to okay. There you go. There is our purse on a bench under a willow tree. And while, yes, I mean, I should be better about drawing out of my brain than trying to draw from a photo, this is how I'm doing it today. This is what I feel like doing, so sorry. Now let's go ahead and God damn it. Shrink that so we can... You've seen it. You know what we're doing. Now we'll mess with that. I'm gonna crop the image in. All right. So let's block out... Well, let's get a pencil. I'm gonna cheat it. I'm gonna cheat it all the way. Why does this pencil feel weird? Is there something stuck to it? Did it melt? What the hell is happening here? What happened to my pencil? Did it get something gurped on it, or did it actually get melted? Who melted my pencil? I have an idea. I have a suspect. All right, so we're gonna block in the bench, here. How thick do I want this bench to be in relation to these other elements? So it would go back about here. And then that would go this way. And that comes down here about a little higher than that. Let's get a better angle on that and a little bit better angle on the bench, the seat part. And we'll call that about it for our base, and then we'll just quit being anal about this whole thing and just draw. Okay. And these are all organic things, so except for the bench, so I'm not too worried about things here. Ooh, some gray in this would be nice too. Let's get those out. I have a holder right here that holds all my pens, but I just kind of want them on. I want them right here, easily available to myself. It's been so long since I've drawn on paper, y'all. I don't know when the last time I did it. We've done creative block episodes, but I've been drawing on a Wacom tablet and trying to get good at that, which I've failed miserably thus far at. It's very hard for me to get used to drawing on one of those things. And I'm still trying to draw too much like I draw here on that tablet. So that's sort of the main reason I've not had a lot of success. Damn it! Oh, I knew I was going to do that. Crap. I didn't actually leave space in my lines for the purse. That sucks. Just fill in here and put in some texture. We'll come back over it with the gray pen and give it some dirt and some darkness and different things. Got a very dark there, for example. All right. And that's fine. It can be darker in certain areas. Just as long as it's not all dark. We'll fill in here some good dark. I can hide this one with some purse shadowing and stuff, but let's start drawing in our purse here. Let's frame the person and see what we can do. I really don't know how I'm gonna solve this, how I'm gonna fix this, because yeah, drawing those lines across really screws us over. I'm not coming up with anything in my brain yet. How can I, what excuses could I make up for in this drawing for those lines? That's tough. How are we going to solve this? We've given ourselves quite the challenge just to start right off. And yeah, that's going to make it weird. And it was just one of those things. I was just thinking it, make sure don't draw the lines all the way across because you're going to need to put your person there. And I'm like, no, I got this. It's fine. And then, turned out I didn't got this. Some of the detail in this is just really incredible. I mean, like I know there are people that hate ChatGPT or not ChatGPT, but hate AI and the fact that it's going to take all of our jobs and all those things. But it is kind of a marvel in the way that it works and how quickly it can create really good photorealistic things like this that are like just wow. So that's the big challenge, right? Is coming up with how am I going to remain relevant in this new future? And I haven't even figured out how I'm drawing this. What sort of style, what pen work am I using here? It's very literal so far. Wacom tablet. Yes. I hate the way that it's pronounced. I don't understand why it's pronounced that way, but everybody says that's how you pronounce it, so I just go with it. Of course, I did that with GIF, and that's something that people make fun of all the time now, so I don't know. You can't win sometimes. A little over-exaggerated this a little bit, but it's fine. I am rusty, and I really do. I'm gonna get glasses because I am struggling to see even my own drawing, and that's very sad. I'm getting to old lady status very quickly here. And we'll do that. about like there. That's good enough. Okay. So we have our bench. How are we going to get this purse to look decent on here? Maybe, maybe I draw it closer to here and we just, we'll just figure it out when we go. Okay, let's see. So we're just going to draw in the handle first. I guess we'll do some silver accents on this thing. And then, how do we want it to connect? We'll just do a little bit of a bend there. We'll have another silver ring there, and then, what is this? What are you doing? Oh, okay. Well. Oh, that didn't go the way I was hoping it would. Okay, that's good enough. A bit of shadowing in here. Probably switch pens soon because we don't want this all to be super filled in, dark, nasty. Oh, it's the same level of darkness, just not the same color. So never mind. Well, that kind of sucks. I wanted to do some of the color variation in this, and just to do it in creative ways. Cross hatching and the like. Let's put a little bit of a shadow on this thing. With the brown, actually a better idea. Be very sloppy. It's been a long time since I've drawn. I don't think I'm gonna mess with something dangling off of this part. It's fine. It's fine without a charm. Oh, nice. You're able to hang around because, yeah, I was thinking about having the purse hang off the bench, and that would have probably been a better solution. But we'll just see if we can come up with something on the fly in the moment. I'm trick with this. If I do a really good job, I should be able to get some reflection of the background on those silver rings. God, those are huge. Just gonna make it like sort of exaggerated, big blingy kind of bits here. If that were true, then the rings, if they were very shiny, would be reflecting the pink mostly. Okay, and then what are we going to do here for this? We have a little bit of a wrinkle in there, that way. Give a seam. Nice thick line for this edge. Nice thick line for this outer edge. Let's see if we can get some nice, like, sort of shadowing, suggesting a little bit of a crease, little, not crease, but a little sort of a fold in there. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to solve the park bench thing. I'm just going to ignore the fact that I did that, and I could do like a stripe here that could hide it. It's a black pen. That's navy. Do I not have a black pen? All right, let's do it with the gray for now until I find my black pen. There's a royal blue one. There might be one over there. Let me go see if that holder has a black pen. Problem is, when I buy a pack of pens, I either do the colored ones, or I do dark blue, because I love the navy blue that they have the most. We don't need to do any white on this. We'll just do some gray for a little bit of highlight here and here. Kind of lighten it up a little bit, but the rest we'll do black. Let's see if I can work in some stippling too to make it look like a textured leather. Okay. Maybe what we'll do on the side of the bag is we'll work in some black there too. A little bit more gray into this, so it kind of lines up a little bit better. I don't know, can you see this well? It's not very well focused, is it? I'll show you in a little bit. But we put some black and white stripes on it. What kind of stitching should this thing have? Should we have white stitching? Should we just let the stitching be pink like the rest of it? I'm going to work in a little bit of a line here. Or should I do horizontal with this? It's feeling like it might want me to do horizontal lines here, because the vertical lines just don't seem to be working. We can get a little bit of some highlights and some shadows working into the purse texture here. That's gonna be our challenge. We'll try and follow these the gray spots we put in the black to make that like just a natural highlight on the bag. Okay. Looking pretty good so far. Come on, a little bit longer lines. There we go. There we go. My phone appears to be going off like crazy right now. Okay, that's got some highlight to it. That's kind of nice. We'll work in some of the shadowing, very similar to they have in the picture here. And try and leave this side a little bit on the lighter side. We'll see how we can do with that. I'm having a hard time getting this to kind of blend out here a little bit. Wanted to do really thick, dark color, and I need it to blend out more. Especially coming this way. I'm gonna fill in nicely there to the edge and It's got a nice little bit of texture to it. Maybe we'll put some little bit of the gray in here on the white. A little bit of shading in there. A little bit. And then on the side, let's we'll put a black side bit there. Piece that I've never ever seen on a purse, like a black middle piece on the strap. You'll never see a piece like that because it's unnecessarily costly to do that. Probably should have done that with the brown or gray, but yeah, we'll just do a really kind of hardcore shadow there. All right, let's see. What's our shadow gotta look like? We gotta need to... try and make this look as much like wood grain as we can. Oof, those little curls at the end are not helping. I just got a message somewhere, somehow, through something on my computer. I wonder if y'all heard that. Ooh, too much. Too much again. Make it nice and thick on this end. Nice big gap between those. All right. Okay. So I like our purse for the most part. We did have to get a little creative with it and figure some stuff out that made it a challenge, but you know, hey, we did okay with that. Trying to be nice and easy. It's about drawing every day, not about perfection every day. It means there'll be so many things that I draw that you all won't even see, but a lot of it will be on camera, so you get to see a lot of this. Ooh, that's an interesting thought there. Of like, what if I am drawing but on the tablet? What if I'm drawing on the show? How will I have that represented? The challenges of this project. Who knows? Future things to solve and to work through. So we're doing for 2026, y'all. We're giving ourselves a lot of challenges to face and to work through. Come out on the other side successful. prosperous. I'm going to say profitable, not profitable. Jesus. Prosperous. Lots of love and exciting things for 2026. Conquer the hate with our love. All right, now can I have like a little bit of a bleed shadow, a little bit of blend on that? Is that gonna look okay? Kind of. All right, let's do some shadow under this, which we kind of got on this side, but not on the other side. My phone is seriously going nuts. Probably just take the phone off of the desk. It's the better idea. I don't think the gray is the right color there. Oh, it does add a lot of nice dark depth to it, but if we take it over the brown over the top, it does fit better in with the wood. A little better look there. There we go. I have no interest in doing nice, straight, even, easy lines. They're all going to be chaotic and very textured. You know what I haven't done worked in yet is an eye yet. A knot hole. So we're going to work one in there. Drawing with pen presents a really interesting challenge a lot of the time because it's really hard to get subtle light and shadow with something that is basically 100% opacity all the time. So creating less than 100% opacity with a pen is where the challenge lies. Hey, that looks like it's the edge and not part of the rest of it. That kind of worked. And it's got some variation. It looks kind of woodsy. But you can definitely tell that that's the front edge of that board. That's cool. A lot of it, for me, I don't know, because I haven't gotten in a good habit of doing this. I'm not doing it regularly enough anymore. A lot of it's still like learning and experimenting with technique. Which I guess is sort of what we artists do all the time anyways. But yeah, that looks really good. And I feel like we did a pretty darn good job of covering up the fact that we totally botched that and drew straight through our purse. Oh, that doesn't get the brown because that actually gets, darn it, damn it, M. Just jumping right into it. I think we can fix that a little bit. We got to thicken this up, which it needed to be thickened anyway, so that's perfect. So we're going to thicken that up. And we're going to do this line here, because that's going to be the bottom of our slat. Do I need to have that go a little bit thicker as we get to the end because of the foreshadowing or the foreshortening, the perspective? Okay, and then up here, we'll go to our green, and this is going to kind of dictate how our grass is going to look here. Trying to see what the, oh yeah, the bark is just sort of like all interlocking, interlocking, kind of like, I'm seeing sort of like, I don't know what shape you would call that, sort of like elongated football shapes, kind of like, it sort of waves back and forth in and out over this. And then kind of comes down enough towards this. I'm just gonna leave the other. You can see that in there the other handle is in the picture, and I'm gonna leave that out because we've already sort of drawn over it anyways. And I'll just draw the grass onto here. What does our yellow look like? We don't have a good yellow. I know that this pen set, these pens from Pilot do have a yellow that's like essentially like a highlighter, which is really cool. And I don't know what I did with my one yellow highlighter. I've got some packs in the drawer behind me, which I might go check and see if there's one in there. Probably gonna bring my branch down a little bit lower so we can do a little bit more with it. Okay, so there's our branch. Let's do a little bit more with this down in here. The grass under the tree. Let's see, how can we just do a bunch of grass texture in different directions and stuff and just sort of kind of fill in this here. All right, so yes, I do need to find, I mean, let's try and see what this yellow is, but I know it's really orange. just kind of want something else. I'm gonna go behind me and see if I have a better yellow. Oh no, I thought I had multiple unopened packs of my pens, and I don't. I'm gonna switch over and see if these Sharpies can help us. Oh, I'm drawing way off under the logo where you can't even really see what I'm doing. And it's not really zoomed in enough. Here, let's see. If I move this up, can you see like better texture? It's trying. That's what it looks like now. That is exactly the same color. What is this one? A little bit softer, a little bit grayer, a little bit browner almost. And that is very orangey yellow. So the colors that I have in other pens are the same. What happens if we do a fatty one? Oh, that's very dark. Okay. We can put some more darkness in there. But what I want is lighter. I want a little bit different color too. There we go. There we are. This one, because it's just very yellowy looking in a lot of spots. And I really want, just want some more yellow in this and not all just really bright grassy green. I'm assuming this is a very yellowy one. No, a little bit more yellowy. A little bit more browny, but it's not too bad. Let's go back to our main pen here and go back to adding in some of our grass. Wow, on top of that yellow now it's getting really bright. What else did we like? Did we like this one? Or was this one? Where was this one at? Okay, this is looking really good. I'm liking the way the colors are blending here. Let's get some of this yellow in here so there are... It sort of looks like our shaded, shadowy grass is the kind of more yellowy bit there. I wanted this pen. There we go. All right, let's look at our image. Okay, so we've got some other different techniques and things we can work into this to make this look a little bit better. Let's try a little bit of brown in this. kind of decently okay. Let's work some of those spots in here and there. There's a little bit more texture and a little bit more variation in the grass. Okay, there we go. We're getting some depth in it too. It's looking pretty good. Where's our gray? So we're gonna give this slat nice thick gray spacer as well. Not as thick as the other one. Maybe. Ooh, the paper feels very rough where the ink is very thick lower in the page. Ooh, whoop, that's going too far up. Crap. Can justify this if we make the slat tilt away from us a little bit more. I didn't mean for this entire drawing to be more about how to cheat when you screw up than actual drawing, but okay. I know I call it out every time it plays, but I love it. I love the transgender show intro. It's so good. Okay, so we do have some rivets holding these boards on. A little bit of shadow too, a little bit of tension there, and cool. I'm liking that. It's gonna be a multiple. Oh, it is. It could be a multiple day drawing because I spent so much time on this purse fixing things and getting this bench right that we are running out of time and we have none of our willow tree done. We need per shadow, yes, a little bit on this we do. I did one of the I got to do one of the most like mom things that I've got to do with my adopted daughter. Earlier, I gave her the car. It just feels like such a mom thing. Let her borrow the car. She's in town, coming back home from school for a couple weeks, and we got to hang out today. And I, yeah, found out that she is without the use of a car, and that's sort of stressing her out. I'm like, well, take mine, hon. And so she did. I guess the more mom thing would be to set a curfew and tell her when she has to have it back and that sort of thing. But it's hard when your daughter's in her mid-20s. Like, there's not a lot of influence you can have on that sort of stuff. Is the music done? Is there no more music? What? It is a playlist, not. It's a playlist of songs that I have. There should be lots of songs. Where's the mouse? Hello. Where is my mouse? Never mind. I found it. It's the big black glowy thing right in front of my face. It's cool. All good. I guess there just aren't very many songs. We'll repeat some of them. So what I'm doing now, these really kind of frantic strokes is just to recreate what's happening in the bark. So there's a bunch of lines just sort of doing this and growing in and over each other. And so I'm just sort of like, if you notice around the edge of the tree, you probably can't notice much. Let's make this big again. So here, I don't know if you can see my mouse, but along the edge of the tree, as it starts to wrap, those lines have to get closer and closer together. So that's what we're trying to do, is we're trying to create this tree texture with the sort of in and out kind of things, and then where it gets to the edge, the lines get tighter and tighter together. They start to look a little bit more straight as they're bending around, and so that's what I'm working on now. I guess I can do it kind of like this, and we can follow along that way. And then as we get more towards the middle of the branch, then we get back into the sort of the same type of texture that we were doing below, where it was just sort of this big kind of curvy lines, whereas, like I said, on the side of the branch, they're going to be a lot tighter, a lot closer together, and appear more straight because of the perspective. Same thing's going to be true up along this side as it rolls over the top. Actually looks like on the tree, the top part of the branch is darker, even though that is a little counterintuitive because I think that the bottom branch is lit so much, the bottom of the branch is lit so much by the cast light, the reflected light from the grass and things like that. So we get as much, so we get some of that put in, and then I'll come back and do that next time. This is just sort of the easy stuff, but I kind of wanted to make it look like about what we're gonna do with this, so that you get the picture of this before we break, and then we'll come back and finish it next time. But I wanted it to start to fill in some more of the gaps in the drawing that are here, and so you see down here, and you know how it gets. We'll just fill in that more. You'll see how the slats are coming together. Let's work on this bush. I'm gonna work on this bush behind the tree, and maybe some of the water background. We're gonna go probably about here with our grass. And then I'm gonna put something like that kind of bushiness here. And we'll do a bushy here and run that off of the edge. Oh, I love that there's shadowing in the grass. That'll give us a chance to do some different colors in the grass itself. Finding this, the color of the water, finding this color here. The color of the water reflecting the green from the background. That's an interesting blue-green, dark blue-green color that I don't know. I've got a pen that's gonna work for that, so that'll be fun. But here's our basic shoreline. There's our mock-up of our bushes. We've got a bush here by this tree, so we're gonna work on doing some of that. This is gonna be interesting. A lot of yellow again in this one. I think we're just going to kind of fill this in, and we're going to achieve a lot of the shape of this bush, the actual like sprigs and leaves of this, by coming in and putting a dark color in the background, and you know, the stuff that's behind it. And then we've also got our yellow stuff coming down, which is our willow leaves, which look mainly like that, basically. Can you even see any of? Oh, it's really hard to see on there. We'll just have a lot of these coming down and overlapping and stuff. A lot of little leaves that do in chevron shapes, basically. Where those overlap, those trees in the background, woo, that's gonna be a fun challenge again. So yeah, this is gonna be the next show. It's just doing a bunch of leaves and filling in and doing background stuff. Water, ducks. We're gonna be doing some ducks. Look at that. Look at the duck there in the water just above the left armrest of the bench, And yes, we're going to do more than just one duck because duh. And yeah, we'll do that and finish up the rest of the things, finish up the tree bark and all these other great things when we come back next. Oh, will we be able to do this next week? This might be a project that we put off for a while because next week Rich Dresden was supposed to be on the show tonight and was unable to, was in chat a little bit earlier, but was unable to actually join us on the show. And then of course Ashley's probably going to want to join next time too. So we're going to have to do a shared canvas online instead of my drawing pad here. So this will be something that I keep coming back to. Maybe this is something that I finish on my own and I show you all eventually. I'm not sure. We'll have to see. Let's see what other kind of, let's get a little bit of, trying to get this to like ombre, to like fade nicely, to look like it's different thicknesses of the same thing. It's just where it's the thickest is where it gets the greenest, and where it's the thinnest is where it catches the yellow sunlight. More wine, perhaps. Yes, thank you. So that is from the news show, Transverse News, back when I was doing that, and was drinking a glass of wine one night, and I was just like having a lot of struggles, and I was just like, took a break and said, more wine, perhaps, and grabbed the glass. And, that's a favorite clip of some of our folks here. Of my just abject silliness, and a lot of professionalism around here on this show. A lot of professionalism on the Transverse. Can you see that? Here, let's move that up and see if you can get some of the actual real detail that's happening there. Yeah, that's better. I gotta find another solution other than this phone, because it doesn't seem to want to really do the work. What else we got going here? We got I feel like that's working though. I feel like that's doing it. Especially when we get to the background and have the darker colors back there. I don't know that I have a green that's going to be a good, like, darker than this, but yeah, maybe that'll work pretty well. Yeah, that's how we'd try and do it. try and get some texture into that to show the trees in the background. Let's go to this one. It's going to be a little bit lighter, a little bit more green. Let's draw our shoreline over there about here. I kind of like showing a little bit more of that here. And then run our last little bit of trees around there. Yeah. Oh, overextended based on the photo, but it's not about matching the photo. It's about coming up with something that looks nice and looks good. And then we'll do more trees. There's more stuff just all the way across the top here. We'll do more of that. And then start filling in the water and all the other things. We got so little done today. It's kind of shocking to me. But we did figure out how to fix a purse that I had drawn lines all the way through, which I'm proud of. We got some stuff done. We got some stuff done. I was hoping that that this show would be a little bit more practice of doing 15-minute drawings. I think I'll have to get back to doing animals because those are very simple and easy to get across in a shorter amount of time. Whereas when you're trying to do an entire like scene, a whole like background and everything, it's kind of harder to do that in a limited amount of time. So we'll get back into that sort of stuff. I've got 17 more minutes, so I'm talking like the show's over, and it's not. Still got to do my work. It's hard to do this because I need to do these long lines like we do for the wood grain and the other slats, but I don't have a long throw that I can do because I've run into the handles of the purse. Brooke, what do you think of our purse? Does that match what you'd had envisioned, hoped for a purse on a bench under a willow tree by a nice little lake? I'm super jealous now. I really, really, really want to go here. Doesn't that just look like an amazing place to go sit? I don't know why you'd take your purse with you, but somebody did. I'm gonna do my best not to picture that there's just a mall like right next to this. A lot more darkness in this. I mean, there just needs to be a ton more ink on this page. This would be such a heavy page after all the ink that needs to go on here. Might have drew on my bolt there. Now what's my phone telling me about? It doesn't like my glass. Ouch. Doesn't like my glasses. I don't like my glasses ripping my hair out, so there you go. It's my face. Stop it. I don't understand why it doesn't take my face sometimes. Jesus. Yeah, it's just announcing something that I've already acknowledged. I don't know why my phone does that so much. Just keeps showing me pop-ups for a calendar event that it's like, yeah, I got it. Yeah, thank you. I don't know about y'all, but the latest update of the iPhone, oof, it's been very frustrating for me. Where are we at for time now? Oh, we've still got 12 minutes. All right, things are... I thought the show was pretty much over, so I was just like trying to kind of wrap things up, and seems like we still have plenty of time left. This is gonna be too bright of a color, right? Maybe a little bit darker. What if we put some of the teal in? No. I think the navy's gonna be too dark. Yeah, I think so, but we'll come back over it with the we'll come back over it with the green color, and hopefully that'll make it look right. I'm gonna bring the yellow on this piece of the willow down a little bit further. Pile of plastic bags underneath, and I don't understand why they're there. I'm not gonna have anything hanging on this part. That'll be good. All right, what do I need to fill in with here? I think we'll just make it sort of a more solid green, and we can put some texture in there if we feel like we need it coming back in later, but for now I think this is good enough. think that's working a little bit better. How's this bush coming together? Are we looking bushy yet? We need to fill this all in with yellow for the little highlights that, yeah. Okay, that looks kind of like a bush. Just get our darker green in here for some shadowing of some of these things. Some blending, all that sort of stuff. Oh, I think that looks really good. Yeah, it looks pretty good. It looks fine. The tape's not holding very well. Look how much curl this page is doing under all of that ink as it's drying. I don't remember which color is which here. Actually, that's the darker one. This is going to be the greenier one. Okay, and then, yeah, we'll just do a little bit of a highlight there on the inside. See if it's some, a little bit of life in there. I can already see that my phone has, in one chat, 75 messages that I've missed while I've been doing this show. 75 messages to catch up on. Oy. My text is getting to be like my email. So much to read and catch up on. 89 messages now. Let's turn it back around so I can follow what I'm doing here, because I'm not... I need to draw upside down a little bit to get the curve right, but... There's that. Let's round that out a little bit to cover another sin of something I didn't like. Okay. Nice and smooth. I'd like to get it smoother. It doesn't really need to be, but it would be nice if it was a little bit smoother of a transition. All right. Liking that. And this is just going to be freaking solid. Very, very black. Come back over it with the black. A little bit later. Where is the black? Let's start trying that a little bit just to get that. That is blue. Darn it. Yeah, and it'll be just a little bit of that coming back here and filling in black here and there. It's a pretty dark gray, so it does blend well with this black. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm able to kind of blend in some highlights and some texture
That's always nice. We can shape things like these board slats after the fact and kind of finish up some of the look of this, make them look a little bit better finished. Just filling a bunch of grass underneath and stuff like that. Y'all, it is overtime. Didn't even realize. I was trying to get to my hour and I didn't even see it. All right. Thank you so much for coming and joining me. Let's see. Can we do a... well, there's that. And we'll move this over here. So yes, of course, we had to change the purse to pink. We had to solve a problem because I had drawn my slat lines through the purse. So we had a couple areas we needed to fix that. So that's why we ended up with kind of a fun and funky design with those stripes on it. A lot of good wood texture, some good grass texture. The texture on the tree is coming together nicely. We got a good bush. We've got our willow bits hanging down with the dark trees in the background, which I think is working pretty well. We've got obviously this gap here that we'll fill in, but yeah, things are going pretty well. I'm happy with that. Thank you so much for the suggestion and for hanging out with me. We will get back to drawing this one again sometime soon. Not next week because we do have guests for next week's show, but then the week after that, I'll probably come back and revisit this because I do want to finish it on stream and show you. And a lot of this was sort of figuring things out. Now the rest is going to be just that sort of textural fill-in stuff. And especially with the grass, it's going to be easier, it's going to be faster. We're going to move through a lot of it a lot more quickly next time. So come back and watch how this finishes up. Thank you so much for coming and joining me. I always love having you here. It's why I do the show. I hope you had fun. And tonight is it. Tonight's the new year. I hope you get to celebrate in the way that you want to, whether that's out with people or home with no one. Whatever floats your boat the most, I hope that's what you're able to do. And regardless, just know that 2026 is a new year. We are going to absolutely kick ass this year. Damn the torpedoes. We're moving forward and we're going to kick some ass. So join us for that. Love you, and we will see you Saturday for Being Trans at noon Pacific, 3 Eastern, and other time zone times as well. Love you. Bye. Where's my end screen? There it is.